Namaskaram everyone, good morning. It's a lovely bright winter's morning. So I've just been out gardening for a short while because I was dancing too much in bare feet on Hugmanay, jumping up and down with my Hare Krishna friends, having a wonderful time. I didn't realise I had pulled a muscle, so the gardening was going quite well, but my leg didn't enjoy squatting up and down, unfortunately. So then I went for about half an hour power walk, and that seemed to help. But the reason I'm telling you this is whatever activity you're doing, be it gardening, walking, playing around at golf, whatever it is, try to finish it off with some yoga practice. Stretch out those muscles, it's so important. I had a request yesterday from one of my lovely students to do a short video showing the moon salutations. Chandra Namaskaram as opposed to Surya Namaskaram. Chandra being the moon, Surya being the sun. The moon salutations I teach in class are from Yin Sight's book, so it's based on Yin Yoga, and I'd like to just read what they say about the moon salutation. Everything is relative. The sun is yang relative to the moon, but the moon is yang relative to the earth. Even the salutations to the moon can be too warming for the muscles at some times. However, on a cold winter morning when the muscles are very stiff, a few rounds of moon salutations could be ideal. There are dozens of variations of sun salutations and there are many variations of moon salutations. You may find this way a great way to prepare your hips for some more yin poses, targeting the liver especially. Chandra Namaskaram. So let's do it. If you're ready to come with me, please join in. If not, watch this short video and then do it later. It doesn't have to be first thing in the morning, it can be at any time. So I'm using it today because it was requested, but also it will be a nice stretch out after the gardening and walking. Excuse the mismatch of clothes, I'll just come in and go straight into it. So, moon salutations begins in the middle of your mat with the edges, the long edge across the way, so you've got plenty of room to step either side. I'm going to begin with my feet just underneath the sockets of the hips and take a lovely deep breath in, really reaching the arms out and up as far as they'll go, interlacing the hands but pointing the index fingers up, exhale. Root through the feet, breathe in, extend, extend, extend. And as you breathe out, side bend to your right. I'll go to the left so you can mirror me. Inhale and reach up as high as you can, really draw in your abdominal muscles and of course the pelvic floor as you exhale to the left. Breathe in and rise up strong, keep everything pulled upwards and inwards, and as you breathe out, arms to goalposts and right leg towards the right. Squat into the goddess Kali's pose, nice and strong and pressed down lightly. Make sure the knees are travelling over the middle of the feet and try and keep your elbows up at either armpit level or shoulder level. Nice relaxed neck, don't lean forward, try and keep very upright and strong. Inhale and rise up to a big star shape, reaching out your toes to the corners, your fingers to the corners, your crown to the sky, and always, always keeping the feet rooted. Breathe in here and then slowly lower the arms, again in line with armpits or shoulders. Sometimes if we think shoulder height, we tend to hunch up a little bit, so slide the shoulder blades down. Kick the left heel out wider and turn the right leg from hip out to the short end of your mat. Again, make sure the knee is travelling towards midfoot. Keeping the legs nice and straight, lifting up your thigh muscles and hugging the thigh muscles into the thigh bones. Draw up through pelvic floor, in through belly. I know you will be doing that, won't you? And then reaching out a little, not too much, and then just mild, don't go too far, and reaching up. The more I work on Trikonasana, the triangle, the more I realise that the upward extension feels so much better than thinking about I should be at the floor. Of course, you can go deeper, but make sure you're not coming forward towards the camera. So reaching up. I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but my back, it just gave a lovely crunch there, in and very, very nicely, it feels good. Trikonasana, shoulders are stacked, hips, don't worry too much about pulling this top hip back, but neither do we want to let it fold inwards. So, triangle pose, looking up if the neck allows. From here, turn towards your right leg and attempt to place your hands down. You could always have a couple of blocks here, or you could have hands behind your back in holding onto your forearms, or even reverse prayer. I'm just going to keep my fingertips down. You also may want to just take a tiny bit more of an inward turn with your left foot. Parsvottanasana. On your right leg, your front foot, you want to maybe just press your hip back and in a little bit. And on your back leg, you're going to take this hip into its socket and try and get the hips square. There's a really big stretch happening in both legs now. Make sure you keep the back heel rooted. If it won't go down, step in a little bit closer still. Eventually you'll be able to keep the same distance for all of the poses. Pyramid, Parsvottanasana. From there, allow your front knee to travel above the ankle and step back a little, placing the knee down and the toes down, looking forward. This would be your basic lunge. If you wanted to do a little bit more, you tuck the toes under, lift the back knee and press back through the heel. And in either of those positions, knee down, knee up, position one, hands can stay on the floor, they can come up onto your thigh, try not to lean forward, lifting up, and then into a slight back bend for crescent moon. As it's the moon salutations, we can take crescent moon in as well. Anjaneyasana. From crescent moon, reach forward, pivot the back heel down, and then turn all the toes towards the long edge of your mat and squat close to your right leg. Left leg is lunging. If you prefer, you can lift the right heel and the left toes, and that can help you to go a little bit deeper, but be careful. Maybe keeping the feet grounded is better, especially if you want to take the hands into Anjali Mudra, which is a little bit harder. Be careful on the groin and inner thigh muscles. From here, come into the middle of the moon, so in the middle of your mat as well, fingertips forward, and then take a step in with your right, in with your left, and come to the Hindi squat, nickname for Malasana pose, because it's not full Malasana. A mala is a string of beads, a garland of flowers. So for this to be Malasana, the legs have to be closer together. You have to be really tucked in, and you bring your arms in front of your shins and clasp your hands around your lower back. So we'll just stick with Hindi squat for now. We'll hold this for several breaths, using your arms to press the legs outwards. Try and have your feet evenly grounded. Maybe turn the toes in a little bit if possible. Draw up your pelvic floor nice and strong, and try and be as upright in the torso as you can. Now that was all the poses. We now do them in reverse to the other side. So as the fingertips go down, stay facing this way and come to left foot lunge. So squat into the left, lunge into the right. Go down. Again, maybe lifting the left heel and the right toes. Otherwise, stay grounded and perhaps bring in the prayer hands. From squat lunge, we turn to the lunge. Remember your options, back knee can be down. I'll just keep it up this time. Hands can stay here, or maybe onto your thigh, but do try to come away from your thigh, lifting up the chest. And then perhaps a hint of a back bend. Another place for your hands could be prayer hands at the heart, or raising the arms up by your ears, gazing upwards. Be like a crescent moon. We've had a lovely crescent moon the last few days. I noticed last night it was a half moon. Oh, we could put half moon in here. No, let's not. The first pose is actually called half moon, but the other half moon is more difficult. Let's just stick with this. Now from here, you can bring your fingertips down, ground your right heel, and rise up into your triangle on this side. One arm down, other one up. Remember, it's not about how far down you can go, so stretch up. Look up if the neck allows, otherwise straight ahead is fine. Reach, reach, and reach. Trikonasana, three-angled pose. From Trikonasana, Tarasana, star pose. Tara means star. Reaching out. Let the tailbone be heavy, the pelvic floor lift. navel to spine as always. And from your star, goddess, sinking down. Well, it's funny, I just told my daughter that sinking's a word now that we're thinking is probably best not used because we tend to just let go. So it's not sinking, it's gently use your muscles to drop a little bit deeper in the pose. We get into habits as teachers, just like anyone else. Now, as you inhale, reach up and interlace the hands, point the index fingers. Exhale, step left foot in, right foot in, underneath the hip sockets. Reach up, inhale again. This time let's go to the left and exhale. Inhale up, exhale over. Now, of course, you can do as many rounds as you wish, but I'm going to finish here. So I like to finish by looking up, releasing the clasped hands into prayer hands. And with a slow exhale, brush my thumbs over the all-seeing third eye. As I centre my head, I take my thumbs to the ever-truthful lips and then rest them on the heart. Close the eyes for a moment. And you are done. Chandra Namaskar. Thank you so much for requesting this, Lorraine. Thank you to you. And if there's anything else you wish me to do a little video of, just ask. Namaskaram.